pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. So those of you who weren't with us 30 minutes ago, out in the downpour that God brought us, we had a short little closing ceremony at USASOC headquarters on base, and the heavens opened up for us, and we had quite an awakening. So most of us are still wet. But one of the things that we weren't able to do is a special presentation that we hoped we would be able to do over there. But since many of you, I'm looking at faces that weren't over there, then it's more appropriate that we continue our ceremony over here. And so I'm sure that you know by now that we are a group from the Honor and Remember organization who are running across America for our fallen military. For our fallen military that we identified from the bombing of the USS Cole forward. So we're running primarily for those who gave their lives during the War on Terror. Whether they died while serving in any capacity at all, it doesn't matter. It has nothing specifically to do with battle casualties, but any casualty while serving or as a result of serving, even those who may have succumbed to the hidden wounds of post-traumatic stress, so after service. So we have included a very wide range of service members that we hope is comprehensive and inclusive of everyone. We began a mission of compiling these names 2.5 years ago, and we've been compiling names ever since, and we've been adding to those names along the way, our planning and organizing. So much so to the point where we even put a database together that people could go and search for a loved one or friend, a comrade, battle buddy, whatever, and if their name wasn't included, they could add them. So we've been adding names and building what we believe is the most comprehensive fallen service member database in the world, even beyond our own government, because we have included names and circumstances that aren't usually accounted for in the public. We took those names and we put them in an organized fashion by date of death, and we have been running for consecutive dates of death across America for the last 110 days. 110 days we've been running and calling out the names at each mile. So about every 8 to 10 minutes, we are stopping and calling out loud the name of a service member who gave his life in consecutive order. So starting with 2000, October 12, 2000, and every date of death after that, we have been running and naming, stopping 10 hours a day for over 4 months now. And so we hoped that we started on April the 7th in Fort Irwin, California. This is our 18th state that we've run through. We have one more state to go, and we're going to finish on August the 5th in Arlington National Cemetery, where we will read the very last name of the last person who gave their life up to that moment. And so this is something that's never been done before. I've never heard of anything like this, to actually put a name to a statistic, to actually take the time to organize in such a fashion that every single one of our service members is remembered in a very unique way. So not only are we doing this as a team, mile by mile, but we're also broadcasting it live so that anyone in the world could watch us honoring these men and women along our day. So it's very, very significant and historic, because we won't be doing this again, not anytime soon. It just took too much organization and honestly too much physical and emotional toll You can imagine knowing that you're calling the names out loud of all these service members. Today we ran for 179 service members just today, over 62 dates of death. And those 179 individuals are names of those that were important, not only to their families, but to all of us and the freedoms that we enjoy. And so we know that they have a family unit. We know that they have moms and dads. We know that they have, brothers and sisters and siblings. And did our flag come in? Just asking. Did our flag come in, guys? Is anybody back there?
No, it's already in front
I just want to show you the significance of what we're doing visually. But, okay, Dan was outside. But to run across America and not forget any one of these names has been an important, emotional mission for us. And just real quickly, I want to show you that this is an honor and remember flag. This is an honor and remember flag that we've carried ever since California. And it carries on it the names of every family that has taken the time to travel the distance. Because we're doing this chronologically, remember, by date of death. And so someone may have not died in 2000 or 03, and their family may have lived in Pennsylvania or Massachusetts or Florida. And the families have taken the time to come out and find us on the side of the road and hear us call out their loved one's name for 30 seconds. Thousands of miles, hours and hours of driving, just to be on the side of the road for 30 seconds. This is how important it was to this many families. Not that it wasn't important to many more families, but these are those that had the time and the wherewithal to make it to that moment. And so as Americans, we understand, well, as those in the room, we understand that the families get it, right? I mean, they're never going to forget. And yet you think they don't need another reminder. But yet, it is so important when a family knows that someone is going to remember their loved one in some way. It doesn't matter what that way is. But if they know that their loved one is going to be remembered 9 times out of 10, they want to be a part of it. And so that is the evidence of the mission that we're on and the families that were able to participate. And many more watching as we broadcast it live, as I mentioned. As an organization, our goal is really public remembrance. We want to keep reminding the public that our military men and women have sacrificed for their freedom, and they need to appreciate it. They need to at least acknowledge it, if nothing else. And so as an organization founded 10 years ago on Memorial Day, that has been our mission, to actually bring national remembrance. And the way that we thought would be the best way of doing that was with a flag, was to create a national symbol and present it to the nation and give them an opportunity with that symbol to understand and appreciate the sacrifice that these men and women gave and their families. And by displaying this symbol, they are actually sending a message of appreciation to each and every family who they don't even know. Because you know that when we have a casualty, regardless of what happened to that individual, most of the time it's not national news. So we all don't get to know about it. And then it becomes local news. And then communities gather around and they remember for a moment and they may line the streets for miles. But 3 months later, 6 months later, most of that community doesn't know whether or not that individual was married, whether they had kids, whether their parents were together, or anything about that family at all, or even that they even had a family. And that is the travesty that I think is being lost in this nation. that men and women are being raised up and loved and given to us so that others don't have to give their loved ones. And we just need to know the importance of what that means. So the Honor Remember flag was created for that purpose. It happens to be legislated in 24 states as the state symbol of remembrance, and North Carolina is one of them. So very proud of that. Actually, the last several states we've been in, it's been one of them. But one of the things that we do and continue to do as an organization is, as you see, we're all about remembrance. Creating a national symbol, calling the names out of every single fallen service member that we could possibly identify. But it's even more than that. It's making sure that every family, every single family who has given a loved one for us is remembered individually. And we don't often, I don't often have an opportunity to do this. On the run, we've done this about 80 times, which is a significant number. But we're able to remember by name individual families. And tonight, as part of our ending ceremony, we have a special flag that was prepared. This is a hand-sewn honor and remember flag, specially prepared for one family. And it is folded in a triangle like this only one time at presentation, because it mirrors this American flag that was taken off of a casket, folded, and handed to the family at the memorial service. This flag, reverently and respectfully encased in a shadow box, is meant to be a reminder, a gift from a grateful nation for a life lost. But this flag is only folded this way one time. It mirrors this American flag, and then once it's unfolded, it's meant to be a celebration of life, right? And not a reminder of loss. And so tonight, I would like Murray family to come forward. Shilly, how do I pronounce that? Shilly. Beautiful name. And Kathy, would you like to say a few words?
Sure.
She has some things. Come over, Shilly.
Sergeant First Class Dennis Murray, 38, was from Rolling Springs, Tennessee. Murray graduated from Emory High School in 1991, joined the Army in September of 1991. Came to Fort Raleigh, Kansas, February 2011 as an armored crew member. He was assigned to the 2nd Battalion, 34th Armored, 1st Heavy Brigade Combat Team, 1st Infantry Division. Murray was on dismounted patrol in Homer Province when he encountered an explosive device and died November 21st, 2011 of his wounds. Mother Wanda said he was always good to people and he was very loving, caring father to his children. He was a good son and I'm very proud of him. He will always be missed. I miss him all the time. Murray is survived by his mother, Wanda, his wife, Seeley, his son, Sebastian, his daughter, Savannah, stepson, Christopher Cooley, and stepdaughter, Samantha Barnes. Murray's awards include the Army Commendation Medal with 2 oak leaf clusters, Army Achievement Medal with 4 oak leaf clusters, Korean Defense Medal, Afghan Campaign Medal with 2 campaign stars, Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, NATO Medal, and Combat Action Badge.
This honor and remember flag is presented with eternal gratitude and respect. In memory of Sergeant First Class Dennis R. Murray. With this flag, we honor this patriot's unwavering dedication and remember his selfless sacrifice. By displaying this symbol collectively as a nation, we humbly recognize the enormity of your loss and respectfully say thank you.
It's really an honor to receive this.
You got some in a folder?
It's just one more step and one more way to keep his memory alive. He's an amazing man. Thank you, everyone.
As an organization, we have been able to present over 3,000 flags in the last 10 years. It's only a drop in the bucket of those that are yet to come that enables us to do something very special and very personal. Sir, do you have someone who can bless the food? Because we're done on this end. Oh, okay.
One quick, yeah.
I don't know what am I doing?
Okay.
What are you doing? Just give me just a minute.
Okay, that's fine.
Whites are tough in the rain. Thank goodness for changes of clothes. As a mom, I want to thank the Honor and Remember team. You all have been great. I want to take just a quick second to read something that we found in our computer. We're here to honor our son specialist Stephen Taylor Hayes, who's 82nd Airborne Division, passed away August 1st, 2016. But in September of 2010, he returned right where we came from, Pope Air Force Base from Afghanistan. And shortly after that, his sister, who was 13 years old, wrote this for our English assignment. His wife's name was Kylie. "Look, Kylie, I have hair," yells Taylor for all to hear. His brother says as his massive muscular arms lift his maroon braid off his head. We were at Green Ramp picking up Taylor after a year-long deployment in the desert of Afghanistan. As he and his wife Kylie walk hand in hand, you can almost smell the love in the air. We hear his deep southern voice bark back, "Freedom air, freedom trees, freedom grass." The next day, he tells about a dream he had. In the dream, he yells, "Sarge, I just want to shoot him." Yet instead of waking up in the freezing desert with booming rockets above, he woke up in his new apartment with his wife and baby daughter. We realized our hero was truly home. Being able to hug him after a year was great, his tree trunk arms squeezing me to death. The day before, he had to be processed before he could leave. He did mention that would take hours. But he mentioned that all the soldiers that had come home were in one massive courtyard, and he said everyone was ducking because in Afghanistan you can't get that many people gathered in one area without open fire. We then again realized that his mind wasn't completely back in America. Safe or in danger, I love my brother, Taylor Hayes. He is truly the American hero. He's my hero. I'm here for, Steve, my husband and I are here for two reasons. And we drove from Southwest Florida. Many of you all have driven the Gold Star families. And when we saw that Taylor was going to be honored here in Fort Bragg, it was really special to us. But I'm also here wearing literally the hat of American Gold Star mothers. Since y'all didn't veer down into Florida, we came to you. I'm the chaplain of our local Southwest Florida chapter, and I'm also the chaplain of the Department of Florida and Puerto Rico. And so on behalf of American Gold Star mothers of the Department of Florida and Puerto Rico, we want to thank and honor the team, your complete core team, from remembering our fall, remembering Run for the Fallen. Sorry, it's been a long day. What you put into it, the heart and the meaning behind it, and just what you have given back to all the Gold Star families. So for that reason, we want to honor you, each, the core team, individually by name, if we could, because names are important. So here we go. And when I call your name, if you would come forward, and I'm going to be presenting you with American Gold Star Mothers Challenge coin. for everything he's done. George Lutz, would you please come forward? Appreciate it very much. Thank you so much. Laura Sutton, would you please come forward? Kristen Smith. Am I right that you've logged the most running miles? How many? Around 1,200. Wow. I was worried about it yesterday. I'm like, I'm a mom. How many calories are you getting? Dan Lawrence. Augie and Paulette Martoni. For supporting, driving, cheering on. Keller Berry. Keller asked me one question today. He got a 2-hour car ride. Thank you for telling our stories. Teddy Lunch. Come on. Sean Linder. How many times have you bounced back and forth, Sean? My dad's a Marine, you're a Marine, right? Yes, all right. Super. Chris Dawson, come on.
Thank you, sweetie. Before we, since you already acknowledged my team, thank you for that. You don't have to do it. But I would like to acknowledge the other Gold Star families in the room. And I know some of you may know them, some of you may not, but you are a Gold Star family by our definition of, while serving or as a result of serving, regardless of relationship. Could you either stand or raise your hand if you're already standing, so that we might all identify with you and thank you. God bless you guys. Please identify who these families are and get a chance to talk to them and hear about their loved one. So thank you.
I'll say the grace for us in the prayer. Please everybody rise. God Almighty, we ask that you find these family members who have experienced the loss of one of our brothers or sisters. We pray for them daily. We try to assist them daily. And we ask you to make their life easier. We also, God, thank you for this food that is about to be consumed to help our
spirits and body, continue on with our missions and supporting our fellow veterans. Amen.
Amen.
So I don't know how they're gonna do the food. I mean, guys can serve if you want, or they can serve themselves.